What are the benefits of twin turbos versus single turbo? There's benefits and disadvantages, just like everything. Let's talk about the disadvantages first. Two turbos take up a lot more room than one turbo, and you are splitting the thermal energy of the engine between two different turbos. So it's not as efficient from a point of view of capturing that heated exhaust and converting it into the rotation of the compressor turbo wheels. There's twice as many oil and water lines. There's twice as many downpipes. There's you just double everything. So the complexity also increases greatly.
There's almost always more rotating mass as well.
Yeah.
You don't get for a given amount of power.
Yeah.
If you have one turbo versus two, you're almost always going to have
Yeah.
more than double the rotating mass on the twin turbo.
Yeah, because remember, even though you make the one turbo smaller, you're also having the flow that goes through it. So yes, the rotating assembly of an RS5 turbo lighter than that of a 3.0T? Yeah, but there's half as much exhaust flow going through it.
When you add both of them up.
So there's a lot that you can do with efficiency when it comes to one turbo. The advantage of twin turbos, which is why they've become popular, is from a packaging standpoint, sometimes it is easier. Now, unfortunately, with the hot V, it's the opposite. But when you have a normal, traditional style engine where the cold air comes into the V and goes out the sides, you can just stick one turbo on each side. You don't have to like run exhaust tubing all around the engine bay. Twin turbos take up more room, so you have the potential to put more turbo on an engine in some cases than you would in a single turbo application. But at the end of the day, there is no single turbo. There is no twin turbo. There is air into the engine. There's air out of the engine. And there's what you can do with it. So these kind of rules of thumb or broad-based generalizations about single, they're just not helpful. You could take two different applications. Twin turbos would be better in one, single turbo would be better in the other. Why? Well, because of air in and air out of the motor and how it's controlled and managed. So,
I mean, this is all assuming that turbo design and technologies are equivalent.
That's what I'm saying.
You can have some massively, more advanced aerodynamics on one style of turbo, and it just completely blows out, the other style out of the water, which has nothing to do with the configuration of how many turbos you have.
The fact that a turbo system runs one or two turbos is basically inconsequential. It's really the least important factor you have. There's all the other reasons, the technical reasons, again, how much air comes in and out of the motor, that actually matters. So single turbo, twin turbo is a human construct. It doesn't exist. There's physics. Physics exists, and that's really what we need to be thinking about when we think about turbos.
More turbos usually cost more.
Yeah, it's more costly, more expensive, more complicated. Generally, I would always go to a single turbo just because of those variables.